It's day one of the two-day wallet hammering that is Budget 2012. Here are the main points of pain from today's announcement, covering just some of the €2.2 billion in cuts. Starting with the area of social protection, child benefit is to be cut for third and subsequent children. By 2013, all rates will be the same. One-parent family payment is reduced. Job seekers' payment will now be based on a 5 rather than 6-day week. The winter fuel allowance is being cut from 32 to 26 weeks a year, while rent supplement changes will see single people and couples pay more for rent. The other big area to be hit is education, and there was a lesson in financial belt-tightening for students. Student registration fees are going up by €250 a year. Maintenance grants will also be cut by 3%. School capitation grants, which pays for day-to-day running costs, is being cut by 2%, while pupil-teacher ratio in private schools is going up by 1 to 21 pupils per teacher. We're feeling the pain when it comes to our health too, where the government plans on saving €542 million. Among the cutbacks, the drug payment scheme monthly threshold will increase by €12 to €132 a month. Prescription charges will remain at 50 cents an item. Well, we took to Facebook and Twitter to find out what you guys think of Budget 2012 on college fees. Orla Louise Flynn said, "I don't see why people have to pay a fortune every year for college, for an education to better themselves, when there are people getting paid to do nothing." While Paul Loftus said, "Looks like I'll be moving abroad after the new year." We asked what you thought of the cut in child benefit for third and subsequent children. Grace Crew said, "They already get more for a fourth child, so it'll be just the same. If you're having 4 kids, you should be able to afford them." But Linda Connolly said it's the families with 4 or more children who need the money. It makes no sense. Kevin McCarthy used Twitter to vent his frustration. He said it's a step too far because the poorer of the people will suffer as usual. Well, from students to larger families and job seekers to patients, everyone's affected. Here's what you've been saying about today's slash and burn. The bearer of bad news, Minister Brendan Howlin, on his way to deliver a rake of government spending cuts that will leave many of us with less cash in our wallets. In NUI Galway, some students gathered around the big screen to hear the bad news. The student registration fee is set to increase by €250 per year.
The Maynooth Students' Union president put it best when he said they had to hand out food vouchers this year because students couldn't afford to eat.
I come from a family where there's 3 of us in third level education, 2 at second level, and our parents just cannot afford to pay.
This student told us how she's already had to go to the St Vincent de Paul for help.
It's quite embarrassing for me personally to have to go because I can't get any support off my parents because they just can't afford it. So thank God for them, I wouldn't be here without them.
Many students now feel that college is no longer an option for them.
Seeing as they have gone up, I won't be able to afford it. I'll have to drop out.
My dad lives in Italy, so I might take a job over there for a year.
Any plans for next year?
Probably immigration.
Immigration, possibly.
Probably just go abroad for a while.
Families with 3 or more children will be hard hit. Colette's husband died when she was pregnant with her 3rd child.
It's going to be devastating for us. You know, I'm a widow, so every penny helps. Monthly goes on food and clothes. That's where it goes. You know, and it helps go towards bills as well.
Many mothers told us they thought it was unfair.
I think they should means test it if they're going to do anything to it, because I mean, the likes of, let's say, the superstars, Bonham and them can claim children's allowance if they want it. Whereas if they means tested it, the people who need it will get it, and the people who don't need it, they won't get it if they get means tested. Same way they do with the dole if you're under 25.
Today's announcements may be painful to the pocket, but it's just the beginning of an era of austerity. Very difficult decisions. That's how the Minister for Bad News has described the government's cutbacks. Brendan Howlin, who dished out today's hard-to-swallow spending cuts, says everything was necessary.
I say that none of these cuts are easy. None of these cuts are welcome. As a Labour Minister, I certainly am not happy to be in a position that we need to cut social welfare or any other social protection. We have done our level best in the most difficult of circumstances to mitigate the impact on the most vulnerable. But it is true that people will be hurt by this. I wish to God it was otherwise.
And it's not over yet. Our No Waffle budget guide continues tomorrow when we get in the ring again for a second round of hits. We'll bring you the facts, not the talk, when Minister Noonan takes to his feet in the Dáil chamber. Tomorrow's budget will detail tax changes, VAT hikes and possible increases to the old reliables.